Do you believe that who you are today is truly who you are? Think about it. A small child looks into their mother's eyes. They are not just seeing a face, they are downloading an entire world into their mind. Our brain works like a mirror. Neuroscience calls this mirror neurons, brain cells that fire when we watch someone else doing something. But this mirror can also become a cage. We often think that we are the owners of our character, but the bitter truth is that we are shaped by the mirrors we sit in front of. If that mirror is broken, if it reflects anger, fear, or emptiness, our nervous system absorbs that chaos. We do not just learn our parents' actions, we absorb their entire personality into our biology. Our soul is like a garden. When we are children, our garden has no walls. Our parents and close ones are the first gardeners. Every word you heard in childhood was a seed. You are a gift, or you are worthy. These are golden seeds that grow into strong roots of self-esteem. But not every gardener is wise. Sometimes, because of their own brokenness, they plant black seeds in the soil of our hearts. Psychology calls these introjects, the toxic voices of others that over time we begin to believe are our own. You are useless. You are a burden. These are not just words, they are parasitic plants that block the light of our soul. Science and the Bible agree on something remarkable. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Bad company corrupts good character." This is not just moral advice, it is a biological reality. When you live among toxic people, your mirror neurons begin to absorb their anxiety and anger. Your nervous system starts to vibrate at their frequency. You remain in a constant state of fight or flight. Slowly, those black seeds from childhood grow into a dense forest, a forest of shame, fear, and self-destructive habits. We get so lost in this forest that we begin to think the thorns are our identity. We say, "I've always been like this." But remember, you are the garden. You are not the weeds that grew without your permission. What is the way out of this deep forest? The first step is light. In psychology, it is called bringing the unconscious into consciousness, and the Bible calls it walking in the light. We must reach the root where the fear first began. Until you bring the lie into the light, it will continue to grow in the darkness. But this excavation is not easy. You cannot uproot 30 years of trauma with a 1-minute prayer. It requires effort, time, and a long process called sanctification. It is a holy collaboration, lifting your shovel and allowing God to give you the strength. True transformation begins when we invite the master gardener into our garden. Jesus wore a crown of thorns so that he could turn your forest back into a garden. His blood does not only forgive, it cleanses your soil. He heals the wounds left behind after the toxic roots are removed. Now it is time to plant new seeds. Psychology calls it cognitive reframing, and the Bible calls it the renewal of the mind. Replace every old lie with a new truth. If the old seed said, "You are not safe," plant a new seed, "God is my refuge." Water it daily with prayer. Remember, your brain never stops mirroring. If you spend your time with people and things that spread darkness, your character will become like them. But if you turn toward the perfect mirror, God, you will begin to reflect what He is. You will not have to try to become light. You will simply reflect the light that shines on you. Your garden will bloom again. and this time it will produce fruit that brings peace and comfort to others. You are not the victim of what was planted in the darkness. You are the child of the light, and that light has the power to make everything new.